Okay, guys, welcome to another section. I go by the name Nnamdi Chain, and today I want to be talking on indicators. Now we have so many different indicators out there in the forex market. If you come down to TradingView, we have 1,000 indicators. We have the ones built in by some developers and all that based on different trading strategies and all that. So we have different types of indicators that you can find in TradingView. But most of the times we use the trading indicators wrongly. We use them wrongly. Now, let me bring up an indicator. Okay, let me go with relative strength index. Okay. Now, the relative strength index indicator. What is it used for? How is it being used? And how should you use it so you can be able to use it effectively? Now, for so many traders, what they use the relative strength index to do is to check for overbought and oversold regions. So you buy when the relative strength index is set to be oversold, and you sell when it's set to be overbought. So once it comes down to the 70 area here, you say that the market is overbought and then you sell. And when it drops down to the 30 area here, you say the market is oversold and then you buy. That's how so many traders tend to use the indicators, especially these oscillators. So I will tell you today that you are using it wrongly. Now, how do you use these indicators effectively? Now, especially the relative strength index, just like the name implies, relative strength index. Now, it is giving you an index of two strengths. It is relating two strengths of the chart. The strength of a chart is relating two things and then giving you the index, what it feels is the rightful thing that it's supposed to be happening on the chart. That is how this indicator is supposed to be approached with. Now, when you're using the relative strength index, you're supposed to be using it to connect 2 points to determine the strength between two things. So that's why you are relating strength here now. Now, this is how it works. Let's assume I want to trade a double top. Let's assume I want to trade a double top. Now, this is a double top on GBP USD. Now, that's a double top on USD. So this is the first touch. This is the first touch. And then we have the second touch. We have the second touch here. So this is the second touch. Okay. Now, what does the RSI say when it comes to these touches? Now you can see on this first touch here, you can see the RSI did this touch. And on this second touch here, RSI is doing this. The RSI is doing this. You can see. Now, you can see that they are both of equal heights when you come to the chart. They are both of equal heights. But on the RSI, it's not the same. On the RSI, this one on the left here is stronger than this one on the right here. Now, let me get all these drawings out so it doesn't confuse you. Now, let me get them out. They don't, so you can properly understand what I'm saying. Now, on the RSI, you can see that the strength for the one on the left is stronger than the one on the right. But on the chart, they are saying that the strengths are the same. They are of the same height. This high and this high are the same thing. But looking at the RSI, you look at the RSI, this one seems to be higher than that of this one. You can see the height. You can see this height here. You can see if we bring up here, you can see this one didn't get up to this height, didn't get up to this point. You can see that. I hope that's clear enough. Now that is the work of RSI. RSI is basically here to show you a strength between 2 points. Between 2 points. That is what the RSI is here to show you. That's why it's called a relative strength index. Now, if I are to be using this RSI to trade, this is how I'll be using it. Now, I have seen two heights on the chart that look the same, while on the RSI, one is stronger than one. Now, what this implies is the markets may be creating same highs, but the RSI is creating a lower low, meaning this market is supposed to sell. This market is supposed to sell because the buyers are losing strength. The buyers are losing momentum. And the RSI is what is here to show us what is happening when it comes to the strength. So for the strength, the sellers are now coming in with more strength than the buyers. And that's why you can see the RSI creating lower highs and lower lows. The RSI is on a slope while the chart is showing the same highs. Now, this is how I use the RSI, and this is how you are supposed to be using the RSI. That is how effective the RSI is when you use it the right way, instead of buying and selling at overbought and oversold regions. That is not an effective way to use the RSI indicator. So when using the RSI indicator, use it properly. Use it properly. This is how I use the RSI indicator. Now, let me bring up another indicator. Then let's talk on another indicator. Okay, okay, let me look at stochastic because it's similar to that of the RSI. For now, let's see what the stochastic will do for us. Now, I like to use the stochastic on a trending market. On a trending market. Sorry. I like to use the stochastic on a trending market. Now, instead of me buying and selling at all oversold and overbought regions, this is how I use this stock. Now on the stochastic, you agree with me that for a trend to be confirmed, you need at least 2 touches. Now, this is one touch, this is 2 touch, and this is 3rd touch here, this area here. This is the 3rd touch. Am I right? So now you can see, you see coming. Now you see that at the 3rd touch, where the market, where it did this 3rd touch, look down at this place. Okay, I'm coming. Let me delete this drawing. Here it did this 3rd touch. If you look down here, you see that the RSI came down to the oversold region. You can see here. It came down when it came to this 3rd touch. The RSI came down to this oversold region. Now, with this 3rd touch and this confirmation on the stochastic, I can now buy. I can now buy. And then you can see again that when the market came, did another retracement, came down to the trend line again. You can see this point. At this point, if you look down, you can see the RSI is also at the oversold region. I can as well buy again. Now, that's That's the best approach to use these oscillators. Oscillators are not just to be used at overbought and oversold regions. Follow it with that approach, you'll be in for doom. Now, it will work better for you buying oversold and overbought regions using the oscillators when the market is ranging. But I am not a trend, I'm not a range trader, I'm more of a trend trader. So for those who are trend traders, this is the best approach you can use your oscillators, and it will give you efficient results instead of just buying and selling at oversold regions. That's a no-go approach. It's a no-go approach to do you more harm than good. Do you more harm than good. Now let me look for a downtrend, and then see how we can approach it in the downtrend. Okay, so market was selling here. Market was selling here. Okay. Market was selling here. Okay, or let me use the moving average alongside. So this is combining two indicators. Let me use the moving average. Moving average. Okay. So I'll be using 50 moving average. Okay, so now on this downtrend, you can see that market is trending down. Now, when the market pulls back to the 50 moving average, and then you see the stochastic oscillator at the overbought, you can now buy. So using it in conjunction with moving average, if the price pulls back to the 50 moving average, and you see the oscillator at the overbought region here, and then price has pulled back to this 50 moving average, it's a good indication for you to now sell. You can see it pulled back here again, and then price pulled back to the moving average and enter another sell here. Hope that makes sense. So this is the best approach you can use when it comes to combining your indicators, or how to use your indicators properly. Let me get this off my chart. Get this off my chart. Okay, so let me change the value here. Let me use 100. Okay. Okay. So the 50 was a little bit too noisy. It was a little bit too noisy. So now using it with the 100, anytime the price pulls back to the 100, and you see the stochastic at the overbought, it's a good time for you to buy, for you to sell. Sorry. That's just the best way to use indicators properly and to your favor, so you don't just start trading at every overbought, oversold region, or at every touch on the moving average. So you're looking for touches that are more valuable to you. Like, I am trading now, I want to sell this market. I won't just sell at every pullback to the moving average. Now, if I am to be using this approach, what I do is I use the pullback to the moving average in conjunction to the overbought from the stochastic. So it gives me more confirmation and a stronger signal to sell when the price pulls back to the moving average, and then I see that the stochastic is at the overbought region. Hope this made sense. So like here, price pullback to this area, and then I saw this time to sell, price pulls back this area, and this also a good time to sell. Hope this makes sense. Hope this made sense. Okay, so you don't just sell at every overbought and oversold area in the market, because if you follow this approach, you're in for doom. Okay, let's assume we are to be buying, and then you have to buy here at this overbought, at this oversold. Sorry, you have to buy at this oversold, and you can see here what did it buy? Nothing significant, and then price started pulling back again. It stopped out. Let's assume it had a stop loss around this area. Would have been stopped out of the market. Always flow with the trend, and then try to use the indicators to confirm your entries alongside what the trend is saying. Hope this is clear enough. So this is how I use the stochastic and the RSI effectively. And then the stochastic, you can use the stochastic more effectively when you see the orange, the orange coming down, crossing the blue coming down. That's for a sell, and then crossing the blue going, the blue crossing the orange going up for a buy. That's for the stochastic, but that's for the relative strength index. It's just one moving average there, so you're not using any cross signals there for relative strength index. So okay, just to make this video not to be too long, we'll stop here for today. Probably continue with this next time on more indicators, explaining how these indicators work properly so you can trade more effectively and have better results out of your trading. Thank you guys. I remain Nnamdi Woluchem, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you guys. Peace out.